I've been at some place where there's some nice, sweet person who's like, "Hey, I'm the voice of Toby the Turtle."
Yeah.
And then but they'll be sitting across, and like we have people come up to us and we're like, "Hey, could you tell my brother Roger he's a fucking idiot and an asshole and he eats shit every day and his wife's a whore?" We're like, "Yeah, all right. Well, you got $50." And then like the Toby the Turtle guy is just like, why would you say this?
And then we do have the cast of Bambi here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right.
Oh, it looks like we have a queue coming up, or just a person moving. No, he said no. Dana, you and I, we have matching glasses. We just found out. Why do you have 3 pairs of glasses too?
Well,
exactly.
my regular one. These are for reading.
He just walked up to me backstage and he goes, "Where did you get those?" I go, "Where did I get what?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "These are real."
Yeah. Dr. Vinny Boombots. Yeah, these were my other ones, but these ones came today, sent right to the hotel.
Yeah.
Amazon.
That's where I got mine.
So now we can do our improv show
It's about time.
of the twins.
Dana, I know you really well. Dave and Carey, I'm meeting for the first time. MC Chris, we go way back.
Indeed. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again. And I'm gonna lead this Q&A, and looks like maybe we don't have any cues. So guess what? We can make up our own cues.
There's a guy over here.
Oh, wait, we got a guy. Whoa! I didn't know the mic was over there.
Disregarding
I'm
him.
so sorry.
He's been ignored his whole life.
Ignored his whole life. I thought it was gonna be here, but the line is behind that guy.
Look at them scurrying over now.
Scurry on
Step
over.
up to the mic. Let's hear your skills. What you got?
Those questions I've had for decades.
Yo, 1, 2.
And before the cue, I made a pre-panel announcement about our photo ops, so I'm going to say that again real quick. If you would like photo ops with our panel that you see before, the Aqua Teen Hunger Force photo, never before have they been all together for a photo. Maybe you have, I don't know.
Some of the most lucrative
buy it
non-eligible
out there.
bachelors you've ever seen in your life.
You can buy it right after
This right here
panel.
is historic. The fact we're all on stage.
This is amazing.
Never in Raleigh, North Carolina before.
Never before. And here we go. We're ready. Hello.
I'm here every week.
What's your name?
Nick,
Hi, Nick. What's your question?
do you have a favorite joke or gag throughout the seasons or the movies?
You know, I'm really partial to the texting in the Plantasm movie. Has everyone seen this movie? Well, there's a few hands. There's a few. All right. But I'm really partial to that because we wanted to barrage you with texts. We wanted it to come like we wrote 600 texts. So it would just been during the movie, ding, 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 where you would have had to put your phone in another house. And yes, yeah. And but it never. Then they said we could only afford 20 messages. So it's like, what if we get it sponsored? I was like, let me tell you, Lipton Cup of Soup doesn't want anything to do with your butt plug jokes.
And weren't you also talking about they were gonna go for like a week after you had seen the?
Oh yeah, no, we had some timed release ones. We're gonna come 2 days later. But
Moonanite genitals popping up as a sext.
But reality, once again, stands in the way of our dreams. Always.
Corporate greed.
Corporate greed every time. Nick, thanks for your question. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Hi there, my name is Avery.
Avery. Hello, Avery. What's your question?
I just wanted to say thank you for all the laughter. And one of the things I thought was most interesting, especially seeing on the DVD interviews, was the whole "we're detectives" was just something snuck in to get the show greenlit. Did anyone ever notice that as the show went on, the detectives thing was just gone in production?
Apparently you did. I don't know about anybody else.
They're still detectives.
Yeah, it's a lot to detect.
They're
It's just
not very
slow. It's
successful
just
at
been
it.
slow for the last 22 years. Not a lot of work has been rolling in. As soon as another case comes in, we'll be all over it.
If you know of anybody that needs some help, just tell them to reach out, frylock.org.
You know, they actually didn't. it wasn't snuck in there. I mean, we had already sold the show, but they were like, our boss was like, people are not going to like this. Like he said, you got to make them detectives like Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo solves crimes, and people keep watching that.
That was Lazo's solution to every problem. You got to make it like Scooby-Doo.
So yeah, we said there were detectives, and we were going to call each episode "The Case of the Missing," whatever. But yeah, third episode in, we were like, I don't know. And we did reference it once. There's an episode where they find they had made a bunch of T-shirts, their detective group, and kept them in the closet, along with the T-shirt cannon that they invested in.
I remember that. It was glorious.
I as well.
Thank you, Avery.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, Sean, longtime listener, first-time caller.
Hi, Sean.
I have a question actually for Dana. So in the 100th episode, they actually fully physically animated you. Like
Well, except for all my muscles.
yeah.
I'm way more ripped.
Yeah. But how did you feel actually seeing yourself like pop out a shake and be like, they actually just made you like, Dana, you're just really boring to talk to.
I think I lost the question in your end statement. What he asked? What'd you say,
How
Sean?
did you feel that they animated you and that they just basically at the end? they were like-
Perfectly fine. I do know, on a side note, speaking of Scooby-Doo, I was in a Scooby-Doo movie, and first animated character to use a CPAP machine, by the way, in case anyone's interested.
Are you the first
Is that a
voiceover actor
Wikipedia?
to
I'm
also?
going to look that up.
Because they think it's a ghost in the hallway, and they open the door where my character's sleeping, and he has a CPAP on, and that's what the mysterious noise that they thought was the ghost. But
That is
they said,
typecasting.
they said like, oh, they're gonna draw you. The character's gonna look exactly like you, like not just be a character. And then my agent saw it and called me, and she said like, no, it's not happening. I'm not even fucking showing it to you. I said, wow, I kind of would like to see what I would look like. And Scooby-Doo said, no, you wouldn't. You would not. And I'm not going to let them do it because then they're going to shove you in the back of every stupid fucking Scooby-Doo movie for the rest of eternity. You'll just be that dumb fat guy with glasses. I said, what? What do you mean dumb fat guy?
It's like your agent was burned by Scooby-Doo
Yeah,
in the
oh,
past.
yeah, definitely.
What part of that is bad, though?
You got me. She still hasn't shown it to me. It was 10 years ago.
Whoa.
The Bobby Flay Scooby-Doo movie. He's the person in it, Bobby Flay. What kid gives half a shit about Bobby Flay? That like, you know what, Scooby? Like, I get the one with the wrestlers. I get the one with Kiss. Bobby Flay, Mommy. You know who I really wish would be with Scooby-Doo? Celebrity chef Bobby Flay. Boy, would that be my dream come true.
You know, there's one kid who has that as his make-a-wish, though. You know?
He's probably in the audience. He's like, I like Bobby Flay.
Holding the copy. Oh, putting it back in his bag.
I love that
Yeah.
episode for that reason.
Exactly.
I mean, like, I was like, even Emerald Lagasse would be better in a cartoon because he, like, says bam and stuff. But, like, Bobby Flay's, the whole thing. Hey, kids. Well, we got to do that big cooking competition. Scoob and the gang. He sounds so stiff. He sounds like he hates every minute of it. Like he recorded it in the car on the way to his next throwdown out in Queens for some honey mustard wing throwdown that he's got to do. Scooby-Doo and the Galloping Ghosts, in case anyone's interested. Also co-starring Cat Cora, celebrity chef Cat Cora. Who's more boring than Bobby Flay? I got her on 3. Line 3, Cat Cora's on. Scoob and the gang.
Thank you, Sean, for your
What
question.
about, weren't you in open season 4?
Excuse me, it's open season 3. This time it's personal. And I, before anyone laughs, I got a residual check
Oh, nice.
at the end of the year for $373.
That's great. Yeah.
It
Congrats.
came out 15 years ago. I don't know who's buying it. I don't know where this money's coming from. I don't know, some kind of tax dodge that Sony's trying to pull.
There's a whole family in the Ukraine just around a TV.
I mean, yeah, right. This is, yes, the talking llamas.
We now watch the Open Season 3.
Fresh off the theater.
It's all we have.
Yeah.
Hi, what's your name?
Open Season 3.
Oh, the timing. Sorry.
And it's not, like, the first one had, like, Mike Epps and somebody else, and then, like, the next one had, like, Trike Epps and, like, the main celebrity people got less. Like, the third one, it's like nobody. It's me.
Well,
that
you're
tells
not
you what
nobody.
that is.
Yeah.
I played a llama or something.
That's amazing.
We'll have a screening
People
tonight.
hunt llamas in this movie?
No, yeah, there's no hunting.
Isn't that part of it?
They
though?
were a
Isn't
certain,
it a
yes,
hunting
but now
kinda
at
thing?
this point they go down to like Peru and they find a circus. So it's all the circus. It's the circus one.
Okay, I'm not here to poke holes in the plot of Open Season 3. But
There's no plot. That's a good thing. It's actually just they animated the characters watching Open Season 2. They all sit down. They say, "Hey, what's this?" They put it on, then they watch it.
then the camera slowly pushes.
So after 2 minutes, the camera pushes into the screen, and then right at the end, pulls back out. Well, that was pretty good. Not as good as the first one, but
Hi.
Sorry.
What's your name?
My name's Steven.
Hi, Steven.
I've actually got a question here from my friend Robert, who couldn't be here today. He wanted to know...
why don't you ask him
Wait,
privately?
whoa. How does Robert get to ask a question?
Oh, I thought he had a question for Robert, but he wanted to do it in public, so Robert
Why aren't you my friend anymore?
would know he did.
Why don't you hang out with me anymore? I thought we were...
I want my dice back.
He was wondering, what was your favorite episode that you acted on?
Who was that question for?
All of you guys.
Oh, Robert.
MC Chris, let's start with you.
I like the one that I was in.
Good choice.
That's my favorite. And I've been in it a couple times, and I continued to enjoy being involved in the program. I do not like the episodes that I'm not in. I actually I hate those episodes. Okay. Carey?
I like the one called Super Birthday Snake. Frylock gets laid by a couple of ladies of the evening, picks up the phone and says, "Why don't you bring over a couple of bitches before I put a cigarette out in your damn eye?" Sorry, kids. But, you know, when I get raunchy out in public, I tell people, you know, I work for Adult Swim, not Kiddie Swim. You know?
Yeah.
You have to realize
Kiddie Swim still sounds dirty.
it does. It does.
What is that tag
You don't mind if I take this hat off? It's like 12
Don't
pounds.
take it
I'm
off.
sorry, you can't take it off.
How are they going to know?
Compressing
It's going to take up your brain
compressing the
soon
discs
day.
in my neck.
It's
Going
attaching
down with
itself to
this bit.
your
Hey,
cerebral
remember when your neck
cortex thing.
fused together from that panel in Raleigh?
Oh, boy. It's
Really
actually a
hurts.
brain slug,
Is it
ladies and
getting
gentlemen.
dark in here?
He's becoming dumber by the
It's
second.
just like all my appendages are really getting numb.
Yeah.
By the last question, a question from Mr. Willis, and just
I can't get up. I can't move my body.
You just look like you're shrugging from this point forward. I don't know.
he looks so confused.
He never knows anything. He's always shrugging.
I think my favorite episode is the one where all the ones where I'm in it and I'm the star. And they're the stupid food is and it's it ought to be they put a camera in my house and then you know it'd be like the whole show's about what I do. Like I do lots of sports betting, I order food, I drink. You know, and I try to exercise too. I got cardio, like I'll put my phone
Carl, you know,
remote.
masturbation is not necessarily exercise.
Hey, technically, if you're using both arms, you know, you got to. It's a handful. I'll tell you.
And don't go by Carl's house on leg day.
I like Super Birthday Snake too, because I got drunk for the first time inside a snake. It was dark, but it was fun.
I didn't know we were supposed to answer this question in our character voice. I would have cleaned up. Had I known, now I feel like a fool. I don't get any applause.
Yeah, they want
now.
Yeah, they don't want the grim middle-aged man talking about it. They want the happy spider in the diapers that like to rap.
Oh, yeah, man! I'm here, man! I'm still here! I ain't going away, man! I'm coming back!
See, you gotta give the people what they want.
Can't wait to Richmond, man! I'll be in Richmond, Virginia in 3 months, man! Bring your candy to me, man. I still want it.
We'll see if you come back or not.
Man, what happened, man? What happened in Raleigh, man? You see I'm not going to Richmond, man? Come on, man.
Oh, you
I
can go,
cleaned up.
You can go to Richmond anytime you please.
I don't go to Richmond unless I'm getting paid, man.
I'm talking about the show now. You'd be good. We reincarnate you as something else.
Don't reincarnate me as somebody who lives in Richmond, man. I don't want that, man. Nobody wants that.
Dana.
Next question.
Now, what was your favorite episode? Seriously.
Uh,
And don't say something like Molly McGee or anything.
No. I'm being serious. I mean, I like. I can't remember what it's called, but the one that always makes me laugh is the one where they're down in the bomb shelter, and it's the four of them being complete fucking idiots. Because I think they're always much better when
Granite
Carl
family?
is also in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's.
Granite Family, yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
was
like,
when they announced that Seth MacFarlane was going to make Flintstones or something, and then we...
Yeah.
That
There's
was
a
our-
poop bucket. Like, they're in the bomb shelter. There's a poop bucket, and it's just the four of them, like, you know, we got to ration the Frylock, like, we got to ration the food. And like, oh, I already ate the food. Like, you know, like, it's just, because I think it doesn't go anywhere. It's only down there, and it's just the four of them, three of them certainly just being total idiots. But that one is always very funny to me. Yeah, oh yeah, and all that. It's a living, like the toilet of the toilet's a bird, like in the Flintstones when they're. Yeah.
There you go.
But I mean, there's always little things. I like Hand Banana, of course. I think that one's great. I like Party all the time.
You.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always find it really weird how everyone loves Hand Banana. Like, it's an
do too.
unsettling part of society.
Yes, right.
It's very pro Hand Banana.
That's
Yeah.
the one I turn people on to. If they've never seen Aqua Teen, I show them Hand Banana.
That's
Yeah.
a
It's one
good,
of
like,
the first episodes,
Nice.
then followed by Dickisode, of course.
yeah, like that's the thing. Like some people at the, like the show we're all at, they're all like their characters are nice and things, and then like they come to us, and the people like not the people across from us right now because they know like Phineas and Ferb and those guys. But I've been at some place where there's some nice sweet person who's like, hey, I'm the voice of Toby the Turtle.
Yeah.
And then but they'll be sitting across and like we have people come up to us and we're like, hey, could you tell my brother Roger he's a fucking idiot and an asshole and eats shit every day and his wife's a whore? We're like, yeah, all right. Well, you got $50. And then like the Toby the Turtle guy is just like, why would you say like this?
And then we do have the cast of Bambi here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we were right next to the Aqua Teen guys.
Why? Flower doesn't like.
I did a show actually with some Disney voice actors, and
You're doing one now.
they had never seen a horror movie. The two young
God.
kids, because there was
Well,
a
some of
family.
those people in
There was a
Bambi,
family
I don't
that
know
came
if
to the
seen
show.
movies.
They were dressed as the Cenobites from the Hellraiser movies.
Oh.
And the girl was like, I guess I could say who the girl was. She was the girl she was Boo from
Oh, Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
She was the voice of Boo. And I was like,
Well, like-
you never seen Hellraiser? She was like, no. I was like, maybe you shouldn't.
Well, it's like, but like she would have been little when that came out.
What are those abominations? Those are Ghostbusters. What's
They're
your problem?
Ghostbusters. Who are those servicemen with those large, rigid backpacks? They're Ghostbusters, bitch. Why don't you boo out of here?
Oh, Dr. Girlfriend.
Wait,
You
can
got
I
a question.
Can I just record this? Okay. So my question is, I am happy to see all the Aqua Teens here, but I think we're forgetting somebody. Where the hell is Napkin Lad? I mean, Frylock, I recall you saying that he cried like a little bitch when I gutted him. Sorry.
It's true. It's all true.
Wow. So, we're not as stringent with our canon in Aqua Teen. we should probably include a disclaimer. No, the Napkin Lad was. I will say though that's an interesting. When we were first coming up with the show. Todd Hansen, a writer for The Onion, was in town working with us on Space Ghost.
He's also, not to interrupt you, but he's the voice of Dan Halen in Squidbillies.
Yeah, and the wizard, the internet wizard in that early episode. But Todd was the one that pitched Napkin Lad, and we always thought that character's name was funny, but we didn't have room for it. He also came up with the Jewel of Idahocules.
That's good.
So it's nice to pull that out of the files and show it some life.
All right, thanks. I just also Carey means I think they'll boo when you're in Wayne, New Jersey. So thank you for coming to my home state. Thanks. I'm gonna go.
Oh.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Jersey girl.
Thank you.
Jersey.
Hi, what's your name?
Ethan.
Hi, Ethan.
This applies to everyone. Being the home of William Street, what do you guys think of Atlanta, Georgia?
Well, two of them still live there. That's got to be a sign.
I remember when I was
Atlanta. Atlanta's it's a nice city to live in. You should visit sometime. Come check us out.
I
It's a
actually
great
did
tourist
visit
spot.
in November.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I went to the aquarium, the Coke Museum, the Museum of High Art.
I think the more appropriate question, sir, is what did you think of Atlanta?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Well, sorry to disappoint everyone, but I didn't really like Atlanta that much.
Oh, you destroyed these people's hopes. You
Don't be
disappointed
turned
everyone
off.
in this room.
Atlanta's a fine place to visit. Check it out.
Good
Get a
schools.
chance.
Good schools.
It is.
decent
It
tax
is.
base.
I mean, it's got its crappy spots just like any other town, but it's
What didn't you like about it?
The downtown area.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, because there is no downtown area. Where were you? Where were you?
I was where the underground is.
Oh, right.
Little
yeah.
5
Yes.
points.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
there
haven't
is
figured
no
out
such
what to
thing.
do with the underground.
I lived in New York when I was working on C-Lab, and they said we're moving down to Atlanta. So I actually moved down to Atlanta to go work at Adult Swim in the year 2001, the spring of 2001. And I can tell a different story, Nick, if you don't want to hear it. Okay. Sorry, I offended him. But I remember Atlanta being like a really weird place
Got my
because it
question
had been
answered
burnt
and I'm
down
leaving.
in the Civil War, and so there was no historical remnants anywhere, which is what I look for when I travel to a new city. Where are your historical remnants? And so I felt like Atlanta didn't really know what it was because it had to recreate itself. And all I ever knew was this strip of bars called the Virginia Highlands, which is what was shown to me immediately. Like, this is where you will drink. And so that's where I proceeded to drink heavily. But yeah, Atlanta was a weird place, but it had one comedy theater, and I befriended all these people at this comedy theater called Dad's Garage, and it was a life of making cartoons all day, going to see some bad improv, and then going to hang out with these improvisers and loving just hanging out with theater people at a bar called Euclid Avenue Yacht Club is what it was called, and I'd hang out with them every night, and I really loved just bar life. It was like the last time it ever happened in my life. I haven't done it since, and I'm sober now. But back in the day, I remember just making cartoons all day, and then at night hanging out with everybody at night and just loving, not just hanging out with people who made cartoons, but also the artists that lived in Atlanta. So in that sense, I really enjoyed it. Sorry, it was a sincere answer.
I mean, I was saying that downtown has always sucked. Underground has always sucked, and there's a lot. I think there's a lot to Atlanta. I'm not part of the. Believe me, I'm not part of the tourist information board or anything. But I've grown up there outside of Atlanta, and I've lived there, and boy, the downtown is just nothing. There's no accident that they made The Walking Dead there. Like it looks like I've eaten at certain restaurants where I'm like, yeah, I feel like this is where like they could have shot a scene of 1,000 zombies and no one would have blinked an eye. You know? So next time you come, you should hit me
Call
up on Twitter,
Dave.
and I'll tell you where you should go.
Hit us up. We'll take you out. We'll take you to the Claremont Lounge.
Where I met my wife, by the way.
That is a landmark, sir. If you haven't seen Blondie crush beer cans with her boobies, then you haven't lived.
I once saw a stripper spit her
Claremont
baby
Lounge.
out of her vagina at the Claremont Lounge, and then it like she did like a yo-yo trick with the fetus and brought the baby back up into the
world
uterus.
or a cat's cradle? Like, was it one of these?
She did a cat's cradle.
And then back
The
up
umbilical
in?
cord was so long it was a cat's cradle. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I saw things I didn't think were possible.
In honor of He Who Passed Above, we were watching some Yo-Yo Man Tommy Smothers videos last night.
Of course you were.
With him doing the cat's cradle, but there is another one called Baby in the Rocker. Very similar to Cats in the Cradle, but maybe it was
She
Baby
wasn't
in the
doing
Rocker.
Baby in the Rocker.
Okay, all right.
I don't think that baby ever saw a rocker.
Yeah. Well, a rocker to a crack, maybe.
Well done. You did it.
Next question. Yay.
Good call. Good call, Carey.
As long as you can work in Smothers Brothers.
Hello, what's your
he's
name?
immortal.
Hi, I'm Brendan. My question is, well, I know that Dana Snyder has been on one of my other favorite Adult Swim shows, The Venture Brothers. Thank you, Dr. Miss Monarch. I was just curious, what other Adult
He
Swim
didn't even
shows-
look over. He knew who was clapping. Thank you, Dr. Miss Monarch.
I was wondering, what other Adult Swim shows did y'all watch and or enjoy immensely? So yeah.
I'll say this right now because we were almost talking about it. Well, you mentioned it. I was fascinated with Xavier Renegade Angel. I thought everything about that. I don't know if I laughed. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't funny, but like, I'm not an effusive laugher when I watch a show. I'm not sitting in my house by myself laughing at the top of my lungs, like people walking by, like, what the fuck is going on in there? Like this one guy, hey, like Robert De Niro in Cape Fear, just, but like I was very intrigued with Xavier. I hated it the way it looked. But I get like that was because it was real shitty. Sorry. Luigi, poopy 3D animation. But like that was also sort of the point of it a little bit, kind of. Like I don't know how much better it could have been.
Adult Swim was always brave enough to try to
Yeah.
scare the audience away.
It's not about the look, it's about what's happening.
We don't want you to watch.
Yeah.
Aren't we brilliant?
Where you'll come begging back to us.
I know you want more Assy McGee. I liked home movies. I mean, back in the day when Adult Swim was first on, I thought Coach McGurk on home movies was like the best thing, and I still think it's hard to top. And it's no wonder that it became Archer and Bob's Burgers because Coach McGurk was like such an amazing thing.
I mean, the thing with that one, it's not really a cheat, but it's sort of a cheat because it wasn't made for Adult Swim.
No, it was bought from UPN.
Yeah.
And then when Adult Swim started to make it, it sucked. It wasn't.
did it?
Yeah, they started to make their own episodes. Lazo was
like-
like, I could do that.
But is there one that was like a purely Adult Swim one?
Oh, are you saying my answer is not a good one?
No, I'm saying it's a little bit of a cheat.
Okay, well, let me say this. I cheated a lot in school. So this is just...
Well, let me say this. So did I.
Well, let me just say it's better to cheat than repeat.
Are we talking about sex? What's happening?
Talking about school.
Okay, sorry.
I
got off.
thought, how did sex get into this?
I honestly, I really liked Aqua Teen Hunger Force, although I was in it, so it doesn't really count. But I mean,
It counts.
I remember watching
Counts.
cable in my little apartment in Little 5 Points and thinking that Curb Your Enthusiasm and Aqua Teen Hunger Force were the best TV shows on the air. They were the only things that made me laugh. I couldn't believe that I was a part of it. But yeah, that's really honestly how I felt. And then when things got weird, when it got like really too weird, like when Nick came, Wiedenfeld, and things got like really weird, then I wasn't really as into it. But I liked in the beginning because I still felt like there was a little bit. I feel like Space Ghost and Aqua Teen and even Brack Show, they all have like kind of an air of the vaudevillian era, or just that 1-2 punch setup of a joke. Even though it was done in an absurdist way, I still thought it had one foot in the old world, one foot in the new world. And once both feet were in the new world, I kind of wasn't into it.
I didn't really care for Tom Goes to the Mayor, but I loved Tim and Eric. Awesome show, great job. That's like just so up my alley of weird and stupid. But I always felt bad because I'm like, that guy, James Quall or whatever his name was, is not aware that you're making fun of him. And those guys...
They all became celebrities.
Yes,
Anyone
and
they
like-
put in the show became a celebrity. But that became what that generation's sense of humor was. And so they loved these guys. Those guys loved being loved, and it was like a match made in heaven. But to the people of the old world, it was like, this feels like abuse. But
Yeah, because they're not aware what they're doing with. Like you can still go down to the Amundsen in L.A. and at the top of which is like the Performing Arts Center, Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. It's where the opera is and the theater, like where the touring shows goes. David Leby Hart is down there with his little puppets.
I've seen him at Hollywood Bowl
every night, doing his little thing, and every once in a while you'll see somebody come up, and but he's down there busking, which is exactly how they found him in the first place. He used to be over on Santa Monica Pier, and would do with his, that's the guy who always has the ventriloquist dummies, and sings spookily. But like, I don't think they went. Remember, they went on tour with some of those guys.
Yeah.
And Tim and Eric were like, yeah, never again. We're gonna leave them back home. They have a lot of, let's just say, they're quite quirky individuals. Like, you're kidding me. A guy who sleeps with his ventriloquism dummies is quirky? You didn't do the math on that?
we got 2.5 minutes, just an FYI. We got 5 more questions.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of doing math, we
Oh.
have less than 2.5 minutes left and 5 people. So
Rapid fire round. Rapid fire.
if they just all quickly ask their questions
Yeah,
in a row
baby!
and then give one-word answers. Okay, go.
All right. How was it like to work with MF Doom on Adult Swim, the show, or Mouse and the Mask in general?
Fantastic. Next question.
Okay, next question.
I wish we could have worked with him more. Actually, that was like we were told to do a bunch of audio and then he weaved it into the album.
I mean,
that's like one of the coolest things I will ever be a part of.
That
And
was
my
really-
son, it is the one thing my son is like, you were on this? He doesn't give 2 shits about anything else. Like that, and it's like so cool.
That's a really
I got to make a
nice-
cartoon with
R.I.P.
MF Doom called Tight Bros that never saw the light of day. But we recorded a whole season of episodes, and he and I were in a show together. And like most cartoons, you never get to meet the people that you work with, but definitely cool to work with a rap legend.
Then they can call me. I don't know. I guess
Thank
they're scared
you.
of my
We
skills.
appreciate you and love you.
You were
Yes.
on that album.
Okay, so
You were on that album. You were absolutely on that
Sound
album.
clips.
Okay, so my question is like,
Me too.
What
Sound
was
clips.
your favorite April Fool's prank Adult Swim ever did out of them all?
I got to draw mustaches on a whole night of programming one year, and that was like one of my first jobs as an associate producer of on-air stuff. I used to make commercials, so I got to draw mustaches on everybody for a whole night of programming. So that was neat.
Nice.
I don't remember all of them, but I did email somebody a couple of months ago because I had an idea. And I was like, will you let me do April Fools and just rewrite all the shows as dramas and re-record them?
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I think that could.
That would have
work,
been
right?
funny.
Yes.
If
Ironically.
you did not get to ask a question, because we're obviously not going to have time because we have 15 seconds left. First, thank you. visit these guys at their booths out on the floor. Also, a reminder that you can purchase a photo op with the whole gang. And we are, in just a moment, we're going to take a selfie where I'm going to ask everyone in the audience to come up to the stage, just to stand next to the stage, and we'll take a photo together, selfie, that you can also purchase and get the printed version right now. So, everyone, do you have one last thing to plug real quick in the end of the panel
There's an
here?
Adult Swim panel tomorrow night at 6:30.
There you
And
go.
there's also an MC Chris concert tomorrow night at 9:30
Nice.
on the Senpai stage.
Yes, hell yeah. Anyone else? All right, we can see you at your
We're doing a
booths as well.
Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell panel on Sunday, right?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
With Henry Zabrowski.
Henry Zabrowski will be here soon, at this point, today.
Anyone else? All right, everyone, one last time, let's give a big
Thank
round
you.
of applause. Aqua Teen Hunger Force!